Remember that old Windows 8? I hope you know about that. That awful experience should be forgotten. But what about Windows 8.1? That point 1 upgrade which was released in 2013. Yup, in this video, I'll talk about Windows 8.1. That operating system which was exhibited on my previous tutorial video. But why? Is Windows 8.1 that good? Arguably, yes. Windows 8 was released in 2012, but it was tablet friendly. For that, Microsoft screwed up the start button and many people didn't like that in any perspective. So as a result, it failed. But a year later, Microsoft released Windows 8.1. This time with a lot of improvements, and they also tried to make Windows 8.1 more desktop friendly than Windows 8. And the effort of the developers succeeded this time. People who tried Windows 8.1 liked it, including me. But the damage was already done. Most of the people stick with Windows 7 and many people upgraded to Windows 10 after its release. However, let's jump into the desktop of Windows 8.1 and see if it's still relevant to use in 2022 or 2023. But first, we should talk about the system requirements of Windows 8.1. I'm telling you, it is a great operating system for low-end PCs.
System requirements. Many people say that Windows 8.1 just performs like Windows 10, even on a low-end PC. I agree that Windows 10 can perform a lot faster than Windows 8.1 on a decent spec PC. But I completely disagree the thought that Windows 10 will perform the same on a low-spec toaster. It's a complete myth. I've personally tested both operating systems and I found a noticeable difference in performance. Startup time, response time, rendering, and of course gaming performance were much faster on a low-end toaster. If you want to go deep, check out my full article about the hunt for the fastest operating system for the low-spec PCs.
Okay, so this is the Windows 8.1 desktop, and we're gonna miss it, but some people won't even care because of this startup. But still, it still looks ahead of its time. Yeah, it's actually ahead of its time because of the tiles, and yeah, the startup button is and the start menu is a bit gimmicky, but hey, it's still cool. Like, it looks cool and the UI is still decent. Like, it still looks fresh. And the main topic of this operating system was tablet mode, and it also was the main focus. And I think this operating system is a very good tablet operating system. But still, but if I want to talk about Windows 8.1, 8.1 is still decent for a desktop operating system. Yeah, but only the Windows 8.1 was just good for tablet versions, but not for desktops like I'm using it. But 8.1, yeah, it can be used in any system or devices without any problems. Like if you got a x86 architecture CPU. But one thing I want to say about is the ease of access of this operating system. The ease of access of this operating system is pretty much cool. First thing, the Windows Charms. The Windows Charms is a pretty cool thing, like doing quick stuff. And the network, the weather, the keyboard, or even just going to the settings. Yeah, you can also split the screen, and it looks pretty cool, honestly. So this was all the things of Windows 8.1. And one thing I also want to mention is that the performance, like, it just eats only 1 GB of memory from my 4 GB of memory, or 4 GB of memory. Am I right? yeah. So, like, it still use a lot less memory. It's actually using only 962 to around 960 megabytes of RAM. And honestly, I am impressed with this operating system, and also of its system requirements, because it's pretty much low, and people with a low-end system can just use it pretty easily and can use it without any problems. So that's all I could say about Windows 8.1. But the video is not finished yet. Let's roll for another chapter. One thing I forgot about to say that if you like this wallpaper, just simply download from my website. Link is in the description. Thank you. Should you use Windows 8.1 in 2022 or 2023? Well, knowing that Windows 8.1 will soon be dead, should you use it? Well, I'll say if you have a tablet or touch-sensitive laptop with a CPU architecture which is supported by Windows 8.1, I recommend you to try it at least for once. Yeah, I know that Windows 8.1 is almost dead, but many antivirus programs are still supported, and also the latest update of Chrome will be functional for several years. Note though, Chrome will also end support for Windows 7 and 8.1 within a few days, or it already did. It depends when you are watching this video. But most of the security softwares, tools, utilities, video editors can still run well on a Windows 8.1 machine. I mean, there are still tons of softwares and features still supporting Windows 8.1. Like, you can use Microsoft Hyper-V and PowerShell on Windows 8.1. Of course, just like Windows 10. And I especially recommend Windows 8.1 for the outdated PCs, because for a very low memory consumption and fast startup without a SSD. I hope this operating system will improve your low-end PC's performance. And most of the Windows 10 features are also available in this operating system, because it's the predecessor of Windows 10. But in the end, there are not many reasons to use Windows 8.1. So if you want to try it, you can. Yes, you can. But if you have a low-end PC, I already said, you can use this and try it and see if it's good for you. Microsoft wants to forget all the traces of Windows 8, but indeed, Windows 8 and 8.1 were ahead of their time. Improved startup time, Microsoft Store, Windows apps, Metro UI would be impossible to think without Windows 8 and 8.1. And as far as I think, Windows 8.1's successor, Windows 10, is a middle point of a desktop and a tablet operating system. And Windows 10 achieved that through Windows 8's failure. But Windows 8.1 was a decent desktop and a perfect tablet operating system. Even now, it still looks fresh and colorful thanks to Metro UI. Holding Windows 7's skeleton, Windows 8.1 is the last great operating system released by Microsoft. No, seriously, people who used Windows 8.1, including me, can understand how good Windows 8.1 was. At least we can say that Windows 8.1 done the things according to what it was intended to be. A decent desktop operating system and a perfect tablet operating system, instead of being something that has no idea what is it going to be. Am I right? So, it was the time which was wrong for Windows 8.1. It didn't have enough time to prove its power. People didn't like Windows 8, and that's what all they knew. And that's the end of this video. But if you're interested in my channel, go check out some other videos and like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. YouTube don't care if you disliked it anyways. But be sure to subscribe TNG Perks, because good guys like you are always welcome to my channel. And also in my website, so be sure to check that out also. And till the next video, bye bye. Appreciate it.